Hello, dear the Local Motivator family. Today we will focus on a topic that has the potential to transform your life, perhaps forming the most fundamental, unshakable pillar of your personal development journey, working on yourself every day. Remember Jim Rohn's unique, timeless quote, "If you want to have more, you have to become more." This quote is a compass for us, a starting point. Working on ourselves is not a passive waiting, but an active process of creation. It's realizing that we have the power to shape not only the external world, but also our inner world. Now let's pause and think. Why is this working on yourself so important? Why shouldn't we be content with what we learned yesterday, but instead chase something new every day? The answer is very simple, dear friends. The world doesn't stand still. It's constantly changing, transforming. The moment you stop, you actually start falling behind. Technology advances, market dynamics shift, human relationships evolve, and even we ourselves are shaped by new experiences every moment. A piece of knowledge, a skill, an approach that was right yesterday might be obsolete today. That's why working on yourself, continuously learning, developing your skills, and transforming your mindset is not a luxury, but a necessity. It's an indispensable way of life for survival, growth, and true success. Working on yourself doesn't just open doors in your career. No, it does much more. It adds incredible depth and understanding to your personal life, your relationships with your spouse, children, and friends, your hobbies, and even your inner world. This means developing a growth mindset. It means finding more creative solutions to problems, coping with uncertainty, sharpening your critical thinking skills, and always staying one step ahead. Imagine adding a new brick to yourself every day. What a tower of knowledge you would build over the years. This tower not only elevates you, but also offers new perspectives, allowing you to notice opportunities you hadn't seen before. Today, inspired by Jim Rohn's philosophy, we will delve deeply into the 3 fundamental steps of working on yourself. These steps are interconnected and complementary. We cannot skip one and move to the next. Are you ready? Let's embark on this life-transforming journey with Jim Rohn's wisdom. Step 1. Be hungry for knowledge and keep learning. Hello, dear the Local Motivator family. The first and most fundamental step in our personal development journey is to feed our minds with knowledge, new ideas, and different perspectives, being hungry for knowledge and continuously learning. Remember Jim Rohn's unique, timeless quote once more, "If you want to have more, you have to become more." This quote is a compass for us, a starting point. The first and most vital step in working on ourselves is to feed our minds with knowledge, new ideas, and different perspectives. Now let's pause and think. Why is this continuous learning so important? Why shouldn't we be content with what we learned yesterday, but instead chase something new every day? The answer is very simple, dear friends. The world doesn't stand still. It's constantly changing, transforming. The moment you stop, you actually start falling behind. Technology advances, market dynamics shift, human relationships evolve, and even we ourselves are shaped by new experiences every moment. A piece of knowledge, a skill, an approach that was right yesterday might be obsolete today. That's why continuous learning is not a luxury, but a necessity. It's an indispensable way of life for survival, growth, and true success. Continuous learning doesn't just open doors in your career. No, it does much more. It adds incredible depth and understanding to your personal life, your relationships with your spouse, children, and friends, your hobbies, and even your inner world. This means developing a growth mindset. It means finding more creative solutions to problems, coping with uncertainty, sharpening your critical thinking skills, and always staying one step ahead. Imagine adding a new brick to yourself every day. What a tower of knowledge you would build over the years. This tower not only elevates you, but also offers new perspectives, allowing you to notice opportunities you hadn't seen before. So how do we make this first step, being hungry for knowledge and continuously learning, an integral part of our daily lives? Let's look at the fundamental methods that will enrich your learning journey and make you more equipped and wise. Are you ready? Let's begin. 1.1. Read. The foundation and beyond of nourishing your mind. Reading. It is one of the most ancient, deeply rooted, and perhaps most transformative sources of knowledge. Getting lost between the pages of a book, entering the mind of a writer, encountering wisdom from centuries ago. This is not just about skimming words. It's about nourishing your soul, expanding your mind, and pushing your intellectual horizon towards infinity. Reading not only gives you information, but also enriches your vocabulary, improves your expression, and helps you organize your thoughts more clearly. Read different genres. Don't limit yourself to just your work. Personal development books. Of course, this category is essential. Start with Jim Rohn's works. Internalize his profound philosophy. Jim Rohn's books like The Art of Exceptional Living or 7 Strategies for Wealth and Happiness not only offer theoretical knowledge but are also filled with practical life philosophies and actionable strategies. Then enhance your productivity with Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Sharpen your time management and prioritization skills. With Tony Robbins' energetic approaches, discover your unlimited power, unleash your inner potential, and confront your fears. These books directly guide you, provide motivation, and offer practical strategies you can apply immediately to your life. They are like your personal trainers. They push you towards a better version of yourself, get you out of your comfort zone, and encourage your growth. Biographies and autobiographies. The life stories of successful people not only inspire but also offer invaluable lessons. By reading about Steve Jobs' vision and innovative spirit, Elon Musk's perseverance and passion for achieving the impossible, Marie Curie's dedication to science and determination, or Nelson Mandela's resilience and forgiveness, you deeply understand the challenges they faced, the lessons they learned, and their paths to success. This not only develops your empathy but also provides strategies for how to deal with obstacles on your own journey. You learn from their mistakes and draw inspiration from their successes. Remember, behind every great success story are countless trials, errors, and learning processes. Fiction works, novels, stories. But I want personal development. What does fiction have to do with it? I hear you ask. Dear friends, reading fiction nourishes your imagination, incredibly enriches your vocabulary, and allows you to better understand human nature, motivations, fears, and desires by entering the worlds of different characters. The dilemmas a character faces, the decisions they make, and the consequences they encounter can offer you new perspectives on situations in your own life. This indirectly improves your problem-solving abilities, creative thinking skills, and social intelligence. Getting lost in a story gives your mind the freedom to make new connections and encourages you to think differently. Publications related to your expertise. To stay updated on the latest developments in your industry or field of interest, read industry journals, scientific articles, reputable online publications, academic studies, or industry reports. This keeps you current, knowledgeable, and competitive in your field. Seeing trends, innovations, and potential future changes in your industry beforehand gives you a significant advantage. Continuously refreshing your expertise makes you indispensable and helps you advance in your career. Develop active reading techniques. Avoid passive consumption. Take notes and highlight. While reading, underline important sections, take notes next to them, and write your own thoughts, questions, or ideas like "How can I apply this?" in the margins. This helps you internalize the information better by not just reading it but processing, analyzing, and integrating it into your own thought system. Keep a notebook or use digital note-taking apps. These notes will be an invaluable resource for reviewing information later. Summarize and retell. After finishing a chapter, an article, or a book, try to summarize it in your own words. If possible, even try to explain what you've read to a friend, family member, or a study group. Trying to teach something to someone else is the best test of how well you understand the subject. This helps you reinforce the main ideas, commit the information to your long-term memory, and understand the topic more deeply. Question and think critically. Don't accept everything you read at face value. Ask questions like, why is this so? How does it work? What if this were the case? What is the validity of this information? What is the author's perspective on this topic based on? Question the author's arguments, research different perspectives, and develop your own thoughts and synthesis. This allows you to understand information rather than just memorizing it and to build your own system of wisdom. Critical thinking makes you more resistant to manipulation. Read with an application focus. When reading a personal development book, constantly ask yourself, how can I apply this in my life? Try to create a concrete action plan for every strategy or idea you read. For example, I'm learning time management techniques. Tomorrow, I'll try the Pomodoro technique first. Knowledge only creates real value when it's put into action. Don't just read, act on what you read. Set reading goals and be consistent. Create big differences with small steps. Instead of general statements like, I will read every day, set smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound goals such as I will finish 2 personal development books this month. I will read for 15 minutes every morning before breakfast. Or I will read 10 pages before bed. These goals motivate you and allow you to see your progress concretely. Start small. You can begin by reading for just 5 minutes a day. The important thing is to integrate this habit into your life and be consistent. Once a habit is established, you can gradually increase the duration or amount. Remember, little by little, a little becomes a lot. Small steps taken every day create incredibly big differences over time and steadily move you towards your goals. Create a reading environment. Silence your phone, eliminate all distractions. A comfortable chair, good lighting, and a quiet environment will make your reading experience much more productive. Create your own special reading nook. Keep a reading journal. Keep a reading journal where you note down the books and articles you've read and the main ideas you've extracted from them. This not only allows you to track your progress but also helps you recall information easily later. It also reinforces your reading habit and gives you a sense of accomplishment. 1.2. Listen and watch. Acquire knowledge from different channels and seize the opportunities of the age. In today's world, accessing information has never been easier, never more diverse. Even if you can't find time to read, that doesn't mean you should stop learning. No, quite the opposite. You can continue to learn by listening or watching and even experience a very different, more interactive and visual learning journey through these methods. Podcasts and audiobooks, the art of efficient time management. Learning on the go, stuck in traffic on your way to work, on public transport, working out or doing chores, these dead times are one of the most efficient ways to utilize podcasts and audiobooks. Put on your headphones and fill your mind with knowledge. You can listen to Jim Rohn's audio recordings or tune into conversations with personal development gurus. This allows you to turn your passive time into an active learning opportunity. Variety of topics. You can find thousands of podcasts on various topics, from personal development to history, science to business, philosophy to technology, psychology to art. Choose those that align with your interests, goals, and what will make you a better person. Remember, there are countless opportunities to learn something new every day, and podcasts bring these opportunities right to your pocket. Learn from experts. By listening to conversations, interviews, or lectures from experts in their fields, you benefit from their experiences and perspectives. This not only provides you with information, but also gives you a deep understanding of the subject. You can develop your own strategies by listening to their thought processes, problem-solving approaches, and success secrets. Educational videos and online courses. The power of visual learning. YouTube, a giant library of knowledge, including channels like the Local Motivator. You can find educational videos on almost any topic on YouTube. Learning a skill visually can sometimes be much more effective than just reading. Watching a repair video, learning a recipe, seeing how new software is used, or even understanding complex scientific topics with animations. YouTube is an unlimited source of learning. It's an invaluable platform for visual learners. Online learning platforms, MOOCs. Platforms like Coursera, Udemy, edX, Khan Academy, LinkedIn Learning offer a wide range of courses, from university-level classes to specialized skill training. These platforms are invaluable when you want to gain in-depth knowledge on a subject, earn a certificate, or acquire a new career skill. You can learn at your own pace, access lectures from the world's best universities or experts, and even earn university credits in some cases. Webinars and workshops. By participating in live webinars or online workshops, you can experience an interactive learning journey. These platforms allow you to ask questions, interact with other participants, and receive real-time feedback. This enables you to be an active participant rather than just a passive information receiver. Documentaries and inspirational talks. Broaden your perspective. TED Talks, with their short, concise, and inspiring talks, TED is a great resource for gaining different ideas and perspectives. Each talk averages 18 minutes and can offer you a new worldview. Getting inspiration from humanity's brightest minds, triggering your own thought processes, and seeing the world through a different lens is an excellent way to grow. Documentaries, history, science, nature, social issues, human psychology, technology. Documentaries help you understand complex topics visually and audibly. It's a great way to explore a subject in depth and gain different perspectives. When information is presented in an entertaining way, the learning process becomes much more enjoyable. Seminars and conferences. Whenever you have the opportunity, attend seminars and conferences related to your interests. Such events not only provide knowledge, but also offer networking opportunities with other professionals in your field, allowing you to build new connections and meet industry leaders. Learning in a live environment boosts your energy and motivates you. 1.3 Be curious and learn by experience. Life itself is a school and the best teacher. My dear viewers, some of the best learning comes from direct experience and a curious mindset. Life itself is a continuous learning opportunity. Don't stay cooped up indoors, go out live, feel, experience. As Jim Rohn said, life is a trial and error laboratory. Every experience is a lesson, every mistake an opportunity to learn. Question and research. Don't be a passive information receiver. When you encounter new information or a situation, ask questions like, why is this so? How does this work? What's the truth behind this? Is there a different way to do this? How reliable is this information? Research to find answers, compare different sources, and think critically. Instead of passively receiving information, actively pursue it. This not only develops your ability to find accurate information, but also sharpens your skill in discerning misinformation. The why question. Be like children. Question the why of everything. Being curious about how something works pushes you to understand it deeply. This curiosity opens the door to new discoveries and innovations. Understanding not just how something is done, but why it's done gives you true mastery. Try new things, step outside your comfort zone. Learning by experience. Pick up a new hobby. Paint, play an instrument, code, garden, try a new sport. Travel to a city or country you've never visited before, experience a different culture, explore local cuisines. Cook a new dish, embark on a DIY project, participate in a community event. These experiences not only equip you with new skills, but also broaden your worldview, increase your flexibility, and make you a more adaptable individual. Every new experience forces your mind to make new connections. Overcome fear of failure. Don't be afraid to make mistakes when trying new things. Making mistakes is a natural part of the learning process. Every failure shows you what doesn't work and helps you improve next time. The important thing is not to fall, but to get up and learn from every fall. Remember, even the most successful people make the most mistakes. Their difference lies in learning from them. Learn from your mistakes. Failure is a teacher. Making mistakes is inevitable. However, the crucial part is to learn from your mistakes and not repeat them. When you make a mistake, stop, analyze. What went wrong? How can I do this better next time? What did this teach me? Every failure is not an end but a stepping stone to the next attempt. Embrace your failures as lessons and emerge stronger from them. Remember, Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. He didn't see these as failures, but as finding ways that didn't work. Observe and seek feedback. Capture the knowledge around you. Careful observation. Observe the people, events, and nature around you carefully. You can learn many things unconsciously by observing how people interact, how leaders behave, how problems are solved, or how nature functions. Listen quietly, try to understand the dynamics around you. In a meeting, observe how people speak, who listens, who influences, and draw lessons for yourself. Seek feedback. Ask for feedback from people you trust, mentors, managers, trusted friends, or family members who can be honest with you. An outside perspective helps you see your blind spots and progress much faster. Be open to constructive criticism and view it as an opportunity for growth. Feedback is the fuel for your personal development. Mentor or volunteer. Helping others or mentoring someone in a specific area gives you new perspectives and develops your leadership skills. At the same time, you learn better yourself when teaching others. Sharing your knowledge is one of the best ways to reinforce it. Explaining a topic to someone else is one of the most effective ways to test and solidify your own understanding. 1.4. Overcoming obstacles to being hungry for knowledge. Make your journey easier. I know saying keep learning is easy, but in the hustle and bustle of modern life with information overload and daily responsibilities, it can sometimes be challenging. Here are some practical tips to overcome these common obstacles. Time management and microlearning. Make learning an inseparable part of your daily routine. Use small time blocks, microlearning like waking up 15 minutes early, listening to a podcast during your lunch break, reading a few pages of a book on public transport, or watching a short educational video before bed. Even dedicating just 10-15 minutes a day can lead to an incredible accumulation of knowledge over a year. These small steps will eventually build up to a big mountain. Coping with information overload. Don't try to learn everything at once. This will overwhelm you and reduce your motivation. Focus on one or two topics at a time. Give yourself time to digest the information, review your notes, and try to apply what you've learned. Quality is more important than quantity. Break down information into manageable chunks. Breaking the procrastination habit. Instead of procrastinating on learning, start with small steps. Say, I'll just read one chapter, or I'll just watch 10 minutes of video. Starting is often the hardest part. Once you start, it will be much easier to continue. Be kind to yourself, but also develop a disciplined approach. Try to understand the real reasons behind procrastination, fear, perfectionism, lack of energy, etc., and confront them. Keeping your motivation high. Make the learning process fun and engaging. Choose topics you are genuinely curious about. Find learning buddies or a study group, or reward yourself with small treats when you achieve learning goals. Track your progress and see how far you've come. This will boost your motivation. Turn learning into a game. Digital detox and focus. Sometimes the ease of accessing information also brings distractions. When you're focusing on learning, turn off social media notifications, put your phone on silent, or leave it in another room. A focused mind processes information much more efficiently. Set focused times for yourself and dedicate those times solely to learning. Dear friends, remember that personal development is not a destination but a continuous journey. Being hungry for knowledge and continuously learning is the most solid foundation for this journey. Keep adding something new to yourself every day, because the investment you make in yourself is the most valuable and profitable investment in your life. This investment will yield fruits in your career, relationships, health, and overall happiness. So, how do you integrate this step into your life, and what learning methods do you use? Share with us in the comments. Let's inspire each other. Now, it's time to move beyond learning and transform what we've learned into real power. Let's move on to the second step of our personal development journey. Develop your skills and apply them. Step 2. Develop your skills and apply them. Welcome back, the Local Motivator viewers. We've taken the first step in our personal development journey. We've nourished our minds with knowledge and understood how vital continuous learning is. So what's next? Acquiring knowledge is a great start, yes, but remember that knowledge only truly becomes power when it's applied. That's why the second, and perhaps most actionable, step in our personal development journey is developing your skills and applying what you've learned to your life. Remember Jim Rohn's profound words: If you want to have more, you have to become more. This doesn't just mean having more knowledge, it means becoming a more capable, more equipped, more effective person. Knowledge is potential. Application is turning that potential into reality. An athlete doesn't become a champion just by watching training videos, do they? They have to step onto the training field, sweat, work their muscles, and repeat movements. The same applies to personal development. Unless you put what you've read, heard, and learned into practice, unless you experience it, unless you transform that knowledge into muscle memory, into your own reflexes, it will remain just a passive pile of data in your mind. The gap between knowledge and application is the biggest obstacle preventing most people from reaching their full potential. Let's close that gap together. So how do we take this step? How do we develop our skills and apply what we've learned? Let's examine this process step by step in detail. Are you ready? It's time to take action. 2.1. Set specific goals. Set your compass and chart your course. A ship captain must know where they're going before leaving port, right? Similarly, clearly defining which skills you want to develop will guide you on your personal development journey. Instead of aimlessly drifting, set concrete and measurable goals. This will not only boost your motivation but also allow you to see your progress tangibly. Set smart goals. Make your goals smart. Ensure your goals are SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. Specific: instead of a general statement like, "I want to communicate better," be specific. "I want to express my ideas more clearly and confidently in meetings." Or, "I want to improve my active listening skills by being able to listen to a conversation for 5 minutes without interrupting." Knowing exactly what you want is the first step to getting there. Measurable: instead of "I'll be more organized," set a measurable goal like, "I will organize my workspace for 15 minutes every day and track my progress weekly with a checklist." Being able to track your progress keeps your motivation alive. Achievable: your goals can be ambitious, but they shouldn't be impossible. Be realistic, but don't shy away from challenging yourself. For example, "I will learn a new language in a month" is less achievable than "I will learn basic greetings and 100 words of a new language in a month." Relevant: your goals should align with your overall life vision, values, and long-term objectives. Think about what truly matters to you. Understanding why you want to develop a skill motivates you more deeply. Time-bound: instead of "someday I'll be a leader," set a time frame like, "I will complete leadership training and participate in a mentorship program within the next 6 months." This motivates you, prevents procrastination, and creates a sense of urgency. Identify skills you want to develop. Where do you want to strengthen yourself? Communication skills. Overcoming public speaking fear, delivering persuasive presentations, deepening relationships through active listening, learning effective negotiation techniques, developing conflict resolution skills. These skills provide significant advantages in both your professional and personal life. Time management and productivity. Prioritization like the Eisenhower matrix. Effective planning, Pomodoro technique, GTD. Strategies to stop procrastinating, focus techniques, deep work, delegation skills. Managing your time is managing your life. Leadership skills. Team management, motivation, feedback, setting an inspiring vision, optimizing decision-making processes, mentoring and coaching, change management. Leadership is not just a title, it's an art of influence. Learning a new language. For your career, for more freedom while traveling, or simply to increase your mental agility. Technical skills. Learning new software, Excel, Python, Photoshop, coding skills, data analysis, digital marketing strategies, web design. In today's world, technical skills are indispensable. Emotional intelligence. Empathy, understanding others' emotions. Self-awareness, recognizing your own emotions. Managing emotions, coping with stress, anger control. Social skills, building relationships, networking. Emotional intelligence has become more crucial than IQ. Financial literacy. Budgeting, debt management, investing, basic principles, saving, financial planning. Financial freedom enhances your overall quality of life. Prioritize. Don't try to do everything at once. Trying to develop everything at once often results in not fully developing anything. Focus on 1-2 skills that will have the most impact or are most relevant to your current needs. Move on to the next after mastering one. This allows you to concentrate your energy on a single point instead of scattering it, helping you make real progress. 2.2. Practice, repeat, master, turn knowledge into action. Acquiring knowledge is like planting a seed. Practicing is like watering that seed, fertilizing it, and helping it grow. No skill develops without consistent practice. As Jim Rohn said, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Discipline can turn something you dislike into something you love. Start small. You don't need to take giant leaps. Big goals can be daunting. Break them down into small, manageable steps. For example, if you want to improve your public speaking skills, first give a short presentation to your family or friends, then volunteer to speak in a small meeting. Even just 5 minutes of practice every day can make a big difference in the long run. Remember, even the longest journeys begin with a single step. Practice regularly. Consistency is key. Consistency is essential for developing your skills. Practicing for 10-15 minutes every day can be more effective than practicing for an hour once a week. Our brains form new neural connections through regular repetition and automate skills. Blocking technique. Allocate specific skill development blocks in your daily or weekly schedule. Treat these time slots as sacred and stick to them. This helps you make learning a priority. Micro-practice. Take advantage of small opportunities throughout the day. For example, to improve your active listening skills, focus solely on listening during a conversation with a friend without interrupting. When writing an email, consciously try to use clearer and more effective language to improve your writing skills. Repetition and recall. Regularly review the information you've learned and try to recall it from memory. This is one of the most effective ways to transfer information from short-term to long-term memory. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are the fuel for learning. Making mistakes is a natural and indispensable part of the learning process. View your mistakes not as failures but as learning opportunities. Every mistake shows you what doesn't work and helps you improve next time. As Jim Rohn said, failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. Analyze. When you make a mistake, stop and analyze what went wrong. Why did you make this mistake? Was it your emotional state, lack of information, or a false assumption? What can you do differently next time? Asking these questions prevents you from repeating the same mistake and makes you a more conscious learner. Experiment and repeat. Be like a scientist. You have a hypothesis how to develop a skill, you test it, observe the results, and adjust your hypothesis if necessary. Continuously repeat this cycle: plan, do, check, act, PDCA cycle. Apply what you've learned, don't just consume knowledge, produce it. Get involved in projects. Volunteer for projects where you can use a newly learned skill or create your own projects. For example, if you've learned new software, develop a small project using that software, a website, a data analysis report. If you want to develop your leadership skills, take on a leadership role in a community project. Teach others. Trying to teach something to someone else is the best test of how well you understand the subject. Sharing your knowledge and skills with others not only reinforces your own learning, but also benefits others. Explaining a topic to someone else is one of the most effective ways to test and solidify your own understanding. Integrate into daily life. Integrate every new piece of information or skill you learn into your daily life. For example, if you've learned time management techniques, start organizing your agenda today and prioritizing your tasks. If you want to improve your communication skills, use active listening techniques in your daily conversations. 2.3. Seek feedback and evaluate yourself, the compass of your growth. Feedback is a compass that guides you on your personal development journey. No matter how much you strive on your own, an outside perspective will help you see your blind spots and progress much faster. Jim Rohn says, "Good feedback moves you forward." Ask for feedback from trusted people. Be open to honesty. Ask for feedback from people you trust who can be honest with you, such as mentors, managers, trusted friends, or family members. These individuals can help you objectively see your strengths and areas for improvement. Ask specific questions. Instead of general questions like, "How am I doing?" ask specific questions like, "How did you find my tone of voice during the meeting presentation? Were there any areas I needed to improve?" This provides you with more actionable feedback. Listen actively and don't get defensive. When receiving feedback, don't get defensive. Just listen, try to understand, and thank them. Remember, this serves your growth. View feedback not as a personal attack but as a gift. 360-degree feedback. If possible, try to get feedback from various sources: superiors, peers, subordinates. This provides a comprehensive view of how your skills are perceived in different environments. Self-evaluate. Use your inner compass. Regularly set aside time to evaluate yourself. This keeps you conscious on your personal development journey. Keep a journal. Every day or week, write down what you've learned, which skills you've used, what went well, and what needs improvement. Recording your emotions, thoughts, and experiences helps you understand yourself better. Track your progress. Track how close you are to your goals. You can use a progress chart, a spreadsheet, or a simple notebook. Seeing your progress boosts your motivation and gives you a sense of accomplishment. Celebrate small victories. Record videos. Especially if you want to improve your presentation or public speaking skills, record yourself on video and watch it. This allows you to see yourself from an outside perspective and realize what you need to improve. Analyze your body language, tone of voice, and eye contact. Turn feedback into action, convert knowledge into power. Receiving feedback is great, but it means little unless you turn it into action. Update your skill development plan based on the feedback you receive and add new practices. For example, if you received feedback to speak more clearly, add 5 minutes of pronunciation exercises to your daily plan. 2.4. Overcoming obstacles to developing and applying your skills. I know saying apply it is easy, but sometimes obstacles can arise. Here are some strategies to overcome these common obstacles. Procrastination. Procrastination is one of the biggest enemies of skill development. Start with small steps and be kind to yourself. Don't fall into the trap of I'll wait until it's perfect. Embrace the philosophy that you don't need to be perfect to start. Use techniques like the Pomodoro technique or the 5-second rule to make it easier to take action. Try to understand the real reasons behind procrastination, fear, perfectionism, lack of energy, etc., and confront them. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of making mistakes or being judged by others can prevent you from taking action. Remember, everyone makes mistakes. The important thing is to learn from your mistakes and move forward. What others think does not determine your potential. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? And you'll usually find the answer isn't that bad. Time constraints. I don't have time is one of the most common excuses. Use time management techniques to create small time blocks for skill development, like waking up early, utilizing your lunch break, or practicing in the evenings instead of watching TV. View your time as an experiment and find your most productive moments. Lack of motivation. Clearly define your goals and frequently remind yourself why you want to develop these skills. Track your progress and reward yourself. Finding a learning buddy or mentor can also boost your motivation. Visualizing your successes will push you towards your goals. Perfectionism. The thought of what if I can't do it perfectly can paralyze you. Focus on progress instead of perfection. Every small step brings you closer to your goal. Starting good enough is much better than starting perfect and never starting at all. Remember, perfectionism is often procrastination in disguise. Dear the Local Motivator viewers, remember that, as Jim Rohn emphasized, if you want to have more, you have to become more. And the most concrete, visible part of this work is developing your skills and applying what you've learned. Knowledge only becomes real power when it's put into action. Start today, take small steps, be consistent, and never lose faith in yourself. So which skills do you want to develop? What steps are you taking in this regard? Share with us in the comments. Let's inspire each other. Now it's time to focus on the strongest foundation that will carry this knowledge and skill, our mindset. Let's move on to the third and final step of our personal development journey. Transform your mindset and stay positive. Step 3. Transform your mindset and stay positive. Hello, dear the Local Motivator family. We've successfully completed the first 2 steps in our personal development journey. We've nourished our minds with knowledge and taken action to develop our skills. So what's left? Perhaps the most challenging, most internal, but also the most transformative step, transforming your mindset and staying positive. Let's continue with Jim Rohn's unforgettable quote, "If you want to have more, you have to become more." The deepest layer of this work is the transformation we make in our inner world, in our thought patterns, and in our perspective. Think about it, no matter how sturdy a ship is, if its compass is broken or its captain's mindset isn't ready to withstand the storm, it's destined to get lost in the ocean. Our lives are like this. No matter how much knowledge we acquire, no matter how many skills we develop, if our mindset is dragging us down, filled with negative thoughts, or if we don't believe in ourselves or our potential, reaching our goals becomes impossible. Your mindset determines how you see, experience the world, and cope with challenges. A positive mindset is the most powerful, most solid tool to get you to your goals. This is not just a way of thinking, but also a way of life, a source of resilience and flexibility. So how do we achieve this inner transformation? How do we reshape our mindset and stay positive through life's ups and downs? Let's examine this process step by step in detail. Are you ready? It's time to discover your inner strength. 3.1. Cultivate gratitude. Notice the abundance in your life and make gratitude a way of life. Gratitude is one of the most powerful and simplest ways to shift your mindset to a positive one. Focusing on the good things in your life changes your perspective and makes you a happier, more peaceful person. Jim Rohn says, "The key to happiness is to learn to appreciate what you have." This applies not only to big events, but also to the small miracles of daily life. Keep a gratitude journal. Every day, write down 3-5 things you are grateful for. These don't have to be major accomplishments. The sunrise, a cup of coffee, the sound of your loved ones, a healthy body, the ability to go to work, a warm blanket, a beautiful song. Noticing small things creates a big change. Writing this list every day programs your mind for positivity and builds a shield against negativity. This simple but powerful habit will, over time, allow you to see the positive aspects of your life more clearly and improve your overall mood. Make it a morning or evening ritual. Create a morning and evening ritual. Set aside a few minutes at the beginning or end of your day to think about what you are grateful for. A morning gratitude practice helps you start the day positively, boosts your energy, and makes you more resilient to challenges you may face throughout the day. An evening practice helps you release the day's stress, calm your mind, and get a peaceful night's sleep. Going to bed with a grateful heart can even improve the quality of your sleep. Express gratitude, don't just feel it. Express your gratitude to the people around you. Say thank you, voice your appreciation. Expressing sincere thanks even for a small kindness elevates the energy of both you and the other person, strengthens your relationships, and creates a positive cycle. Never underestimate the power of your words. A simple thank you can brighten someone's day and improve your own mood. Find gratitude even in challenges. Life is not always a bed of roses. Even in difficult times, losses, or failures, try to find things to be grateful for by thinking about what that experience taught you, how it strengthened you, or what new doors it opened. A failure might have taught you a new lesson. A loss might have made you see other values in your life more clearly. This perspective increases your resilience and allows you to see a growth opportunity even in moments of crisis. This is key to maintaining hope and continuing to move forward even in tough times. 3.2. Surround yourself with positive people. Boost your energy and support your growth. The people around you directly influence your energy, your thoughts, and even your potential. Remember Jim Rohn's famous quote, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." This quote strikingly summarizes the impact of your social circle on your personal development. If you are surrounded by negative people who drag you down, constantly complain, or drain your energy, this will also negatively affect your mindset. It is your responsibility to protect and boost your own energy. Choose those who support you. Spend time with people who motivate you, inspire you, and encourage you to achieve your goals. They help you see your potential and believe in yourself. These individuals will support you in difficult times, celebrate your successes, and push you towards betterment. Every moment you spend with them will charge you with positive energy and uplift you. Strive to build relationships that nourish and mutually grow each other. Limit negative interactions. While it may not be possible to completely remove them from your life, consciously limit the time you spend with people who drag you down, drain your energy, or constantly complain. This might mean setting boundaries at times or sometimes changing the direction of a conversation. Protect your own energy and don't allow yourself to be pulled into negativity. Remember, your time and energy are valuable. Spend them on things that nourish you. Find mentors and coaches. Find mentors or coaches who can guide you in your field or on your personal development journey. Benefit from their experiences and wisdom. A mentor not only guides you but also motivates you during difficult times, asks the right questions, and can open new doors for you. Their success stories and guidance will be a source of inspiration for you. A professional coach, on the other hand, provides structured support to help you unleash your potential and achieve your goals. Create positive environments. Pay attention not only to people but also to the physical and digital environments you inhabit. Organize your home and workspace. A cluttered environment can lead to a cluttered mind. Instead of being overwhelmed by your belongings, create an inspiring, organized, and peaceful space. Review the accounts you follow on social media. Focus on content that positively influences, inspires, and educates you. Stay away from negative news feeds and toxic discussions. Your environment is a reflection of your mindset. Consciously shape it. 3.3. View obstacles as opportunities. Develop a growth mindset and learn from every challenge. Life is full of obstacles. What matters is how we perceive these obstacles. A fixed mindset sees obstacles as insurmountable walls, while a growth mindset sees them as stepping stones, as opportunities for learning and development. As Jim Rohn said, problems come to show you how strong you are. Every challenge is actually a hidden lesson, a potential. This perspective not only pushes you to solve problems, but also increases your inner strength and resilience. Change your perspective. Transform from negative to positive. When you encounter a problem, instead of immediately saying, "Why me?" ask, "What can this teach me?" Or "How can I turn this situation into an opportunity?" For example, if you failed a work project, view it not as an end, but as an opportunity to develop a new strategy or try a different approach. A job loss might be the impetus you need to take a step towards your dream career. Every challenge is an opportunity to gain a new skill, find a new solution, or understand yourself better. This is known as cognitive reframing, and it's a powerful way to shift your mindset from negative to positive. Be problem-solving focused, don't be a passive victim. Instead of dwelling on problems, focus on solutions. Brainstorm, try different approaches, ask others for help. Break down a problem into smaller parts and tackle each part individually. You can solve even big problems by starting with small steps. Every problem solved makes you more capable, more experienced, and more confident in yourself. Remember, every problem also brings a solution. The important thing is to focus on finding that solution. Develop resilience, be resistant to life's blows. Being resilient to life's blows is the foundation of a growth mindset. Instead of giving up in the face of failures or setbacks, learn from them and try again. When one door closes, remember that another window will open. Your ability to get up, dust yourself off, and keep going after every fall will carry you to success. This is not just a skill, but a philosophy of life. Stress management techniques, meditation, and mindfulness practices can help you develop this resilience. Step outside your comfort zone. Growth begins there. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. Challenge yourself, try new things, take risks. Learning a new language, public speaking, embarking on a new business venture, traveling to an unknown place. It might be uncomfortable at first, even frightening, but these experiences strengthen you, broaden your horizons, and offer you the opportunity to discover talents you didn't know you had. Remember, there's no growth in the comfort zone. Be a little braver with every step. 3.4. Believe in yourself and practice self-compassion. Discover your inner power and love yourself. Beyond all these external efforts, the deepest foundation of personal development is your belief in yourself and the compassion you show yourself. Jim Rohn says, investing in yourself is the best investment you can make. The most important part of this investment is believing in your own worth, recognizing your own potential, and being kind to yourself. Being at peace with your inner world forms the foundation of your external successes. Develop positive self-talk. Be your mind's best friend. Pay attention to how you talk to yourself. The dialogue in your mind shapes your reality. Instead of criticizing yourself, speak supportive and encouraging words to yourself. Instead of "I can't do it," say "I'll try" or "I can learn." Your inner voice can be your strongest ally or your biggest enemy. Make it an ally. Use positive affirmations and remind yourself of your worth every day. Avoid comparing yourself to others. Celebrate your own journey. Everyone has their own journey, their own timeline, and their own challenges. Instead of focusing on others' successes, focus on your own progress and your own potential. Comparison is the thief of joy and unnecessarily wears you down. Celebrate your unique journey and accept that you're progressing at your own pace. Remember that the perfect lives you see on social media are just a snippet. No one shows you all their struggles. Celebrate your achievements. Appreciate small victories. No matter how small or big, celebrate your achievements. When you complete a goal, develop a skill, or overcome a challenge, acknowledge yourself. This reinforces your belief in yourself and boosts your motivation. Seeing your progress encourages you to do more. Give yourself small rewards or simply pause for a moment to feel grateful for what you've accomplished. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. When you make a mistake or struggle, instead of criticizing yourself, show yourself the same compassion you would show a friend. You don't have to be perfect. Being human is enough. Give yourself permission to rest, heal, and recharge. Practices like meditation, deep breathing exercises, and spending time in nature can increase your self-compassion. Set boundaries and take care of yourself. Protect your energy. Prioritize your physical, mental, and emotional health. Get enough sleep, eat healthy, exercise regularly. An exhausted mind or body struggles to continue your personal development journey. Setting boundaries, being able to say no, and making time for yourself are important parts of self-compassion. Avoiding people or situations that drain your energy is one of the greatest kindnesses you can do for yourself. 3.5. Overcoming obstacles to mindset transformation. Win your inner battle. Mindset transformation doesn't happen overnight. It requires continuous effort, awareness, and patience. Here are common obstacles you might face on this path and strategies to overcome them. Negative thought patterns. Changing deeply ingrained negative thought patterns takes time. Start with awareness. When a negative thought arises, notice it, question it, and consciously replace it with a positive one. Meditation and mindfulness exercises can help you clear your mind of these patterns. Cognitive behavioral therapy (CBT) techniques are also very effective in this regard. Comfort zone. Change is always uncomfortable. Our brains prefer what is known and safe. Push yourself to step outside your comfort zone. Remember, real growth and development happen there. You can expand this area by starting with small steps. Discomfort is a sign of growth. External factors, media, social environment, work life. External factors can negatively influence your mindset. Consciously choose what you expose yourself to. Limit negative news, focus on inspiring content. Create your own information diet and choose what nourishes your mind. Impatience. Mindset transformation is a process. Don't expect instant results. Appreciate small progress and be patient. The small steps you take every day will create a big change over time. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Big goals are achieved through the accumulation of small, consistent steps. Comparison. Constantly comparing yourself to others can lower your motivation and shake your self-confidence. Remember that everyone has their own journey. Focus on your own progress and celebrate your own potential. Remember that the perfect lives you see on social media are just a snippet. No one shows you all their struggles. Dear the Local Motivator family, these three fundamental steps of our personal development journey will not only help you achieve your goals, but also make you a happier, more peaceful, and more fulfilled person in every area of your life. As Jim Rohn said, if you want to have more, you have to become more. When you integrate these three steps, being hungry for knowledge and continuously learning, developing and applying your skills, and transforming your mindset and staying positive, into every moment of your life, you will push the limits of your potential and achieve far more than you ever imagined. You are not alone on this journey. As the Local Motivator, we are always by your side. Take care of yourself and keep working on yourself every day.